What's good, my people, my people? What's good in the hood, my friends? Let me stop saying that. Kind of felt bad last night. I got a ride. I have to tell you the story. Do you see my face is still kind of swole? Can y'all see that? Let me get close. Don't get scared. Right here, you can tell. You can see it. And I will be adding some pictures in as well. But before I continue to ramble on and on and on, let me talk about the poisoning. I've never had food poisoning in my life, but I ate something that caused this instant reaction. Instant, I say. I don't know if I was poisoned by the enemy or if I poisoned myself, but I do want to put this out there that I did try a recipe that I seen online. You know how some of those recipes that they have on Facebook, and this was like a chip recipe. And I just happened to have a bag of chips, and they say you can crumble up the chips, put you some egg in there, chop you up whatever, and boil it. And then it comes out. Probably a jailhouse recipe, y'all. Who knows? I tried that, and instantly my face swelled up. So if that might have been the cause or the case, don't do it. But the enemy's on the attack, so you got to take care of yourself, y'all. Don't let no opportunities happen to you to where you can get taken out before you finish what God has for you to do. Okay, let's go back to the rambling. Yeah, guys, I like to say what's good in the hood. And I do often tell people that I live in the hood. I mean, it's not the hood, but my story is I went from not rich or anything like that. You know, like I'm not hating on the rich, but a nice home to an apartment. You know how, what was that song? Well, we're moving on up. Well, we're moving on down. After a divorce. So, and God is good because, hey, I have somewhere to lay my head. You hear me? But I always say I live in the hood or I live, and when I talk to people, I say, what's good in the hood? And I like to say that, I know all walks of life because I've lived it all. And I think I wouldn't be able to adjust going back down to not a lower status, but somewhat. And if I had to go lower, I think I would adjust. Some people, you remember when Wall Street collapsed and people was jumping out the windows and stuff like that? For me, not happening, Captain. I can go down to the lowest state I believe that I can go and still would be okay. Okay? Let me stop rambling. Just wanted to give this quick little, I don't know if it's a testimony but this is what happened last night after I got my car. Okay, so I got a ride from a friend. Yes, a friend. Thank you, Ron Grace, and your lovely, lovely wife. Much love. So they came and picked me up from the hospital, but I was so scatterbrained. You had to see my face to see I was scatterbrained, y'all. So I dropped off my medicine, then I got home, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to get my vehicle. So I stayed at home for a little bit, and then I was like, I'm gonna use my last $10. Let me stop doing that. But let me call a taxi to go get my car because I don't want to put anybody else. And I didn't want to call them back and put them back out tomorrow to go get my car. Anyway, so I went and I got the vehicle. And I called a taxi. And the taxi was luxury taxi, which was really nice. I've always seen them around. So that's what made me call them. And I've done Uber before. I might have picked some of you guys up. But I didn't have time to get the app and do all of that. So I said, I'm gonna call a taxi. Hey, old school works every time. Okay, baby. So I called a taxi. They pulled up. Get inside. He opens the door, from the inside, but he still did, he still did the dizzle. And so I'm inside, and you guys know that I spotted a UFO, and then something crazy is going on in the sky, and then, in the Bible it talks about chariots and what have you. Now, here is where it gets Twilight Zone-ish. How did the Twilight Zone go? Anyway, I don't know if this was from the devil or from God, but I'm just going to tell y'all what it is. So I sit in the back seat, and he's in the front, so he's backing up. So he puts his arm across, you know, he's got a back up, and just so I'm in the back, and he has short sleeves on, and I see his arm, and it has a UFO, a flying saucer on his arm. And he, you know, when he threw it that way. So then he moves it, you know, he's adjusting, and I'm sitting back there. I said, your tattoo. I said, was that a flying saucer? He was like, yeah. And it was so funny, guys, because he was kind of like a hippie, a young guy. You know, young people got old souls now. I'm trying to tell you. And he was like, yeah, that's a flying saucer on my arm. And it was picking up it was lifting up a cow to go up into the flying saucer. You know how they have it beamed up? You know how they say, I think it was, I can't remember who it was that got taken up in the sky. Was it Enoch? Might have been Enoch. Guys, and when I'm giving you Bible, I'm learning. So don't think I want y'all to know now. I might need to go wrap my head up. And I'm back. I am back. Okay, so I went to cover my head because, you know, from what I've been learning, here come Bella. She coming to be nosy. Come up here, girl. What I've been learning, like for women, if they're going to be talking about the Bible, or I'm not teaching or anything right now. I'm not teaching anything right now, but where was I at? Okay, so the taxi driver threw his hand back, seen a UFO on his arm, and then he begins to tell me the story. He says, yes, and it's beaming up a cow. And I seen the rays going down, but I didn't actually see the full sleeve. And I was like, oh. He says beaming up a cow, a black and a white cow. And on the under the cow it says OG. And I just sat back and I was like, wow. And so I told him, I said, that is so ironic. I said, one of my nicknames my mom used to call me, and I won't say it, is related to a cow when I was a baby. Yes, it was. So, and he said, really? He said, well, then he turned his head kind of to the side, looking at me from the corner. He said, this must be destiny. And when he said, this must be destiny, I said, I just thought to myself, because when I prayed, I asked God, I said, let me fulfill the destiny that you planned for me. Okay? And so when the young man said, it must be destiny, I was like, okay, so we're halfway to the hospital. And another ironic thing, when he said it's OG, he said it meant for something else. But one of my things is I call my mom sometimes TP. And one of my friends at the time, I said, oh, TP gonna come and get you. No, I said, the OG is coming to get you, TP. And she said, who? The OG, TP? I said, yeah, the original gangster, Tony Price. So, you know, not to be disrespectful towards my mom or anything, but you know how the gangsters always say, I'm an original gangster. No, your parents are the original ones, baby. They don't want to put it down before you got here, okay? So you better show some respect. Them the real OGs. So anyway, all of that, just so when I got out the car, out of the taxi, I just had to laugh to myself. That felt so surreal. I'm like, God, because I'm like, send me a sign. Tell me what, tell me something, Father. And I just felt that was a sign. And it might be from the enemy. You never know. But it was so freaking ironic. It was just, hey, I am just bubbly today. And I'm still swole, y'all. So I just want to tell y'all that real quick. We're going to get into a quick lesson about Easter. So hold on tight. That's coming next.